A disturbing nationwide trend, murder rates spiking in many major American cities. In Milwaukee alone, 104 people have been killed so far this year, after 59 murders during the same period last year. That's a 76% increase. Doug McKelway joins us live from Washington. So, Doug, what is behind this horrific murder spike that we're seeing?
You know, Martha, there are lots of theories about causation, but very little data about causation. But there is a big correlation between these climbing murder rates and the Ferguson, Missouri incidents and the Baltimore riots. Some say that police across the country have stepped back from proactive, aggressive policing rather than face the prospect of, that cell phone video that captures only part of the confrontation, or the aggressive prosecutor who is responding to community concerns by charging police. The often heard mantra that Black Lives Matter, some say, falls flat when you consider just how many blacks are killing other blacks. That remains the majority of homicides across the country. Let's take a look at some of the statistics now. In 2015 in Milwaukee, 104 homicides, 86 last year. That's an increase of 21%. In Baltimore, 215 this year compared to 138 last year, an increase of 56%. Here in Washington, D.C., 105 this year, 73 last year, an increase of 43%. And in the Big Apple, 208 so far this year, 190 last year, an increase of 9.5%.
There's been nonstop demonization of law enforcement from the highest reaches of government. I include the president in that. And police are second-guessing themselves in interacting in high-crime neighborhoods because they're worried about getting caught on a cell phone, using force against somebody who's resisting arrest.
There is, of course, a very, very different theory. In many inner-city communities, there is a powerful belief that aggressive policing, the militarization of local police for uses in SWAT team raids and drug raids, has created an us versus them mentality, warfare in effect. Now that police have pulled back, though, we are seeing the ostensible effect, these rising murder rates, Martha.
Well, some say it also could be the byproduct of the really long, festering war on drugs that we've seen in our nation's cities, Doug.
You know who started that theory, Martha, was the free market and conservative capitalist Milton Friedman, who won the Nobel Prize. He argued that the war on drugs was capitalism on steroids, that it reduced the supply of drugs, therefore increased demand, increased the price, basic capitalism at work, thereby enriching cartels, enabling them to pay the low-level drug mules like Freddie Gray in Baltimore more money, enabling them to buy better weapons, better means of transporting the drugs. And the more police cracked down, the richer the cartels became, and so it goes on and on and on. That's what Milton Friedman thought, and it doesn't get a lot of weight these days, but he was a brilliant economist. Made a lot of sense.
It's a vicious cycle. Doug, thank you very much.